Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. So to all my followers in the United States, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Anyways, with that being said, today we're making a recipe that's perfect for any time of the year in any place in the world. But I do tell you it's extra special during Thanksgiving as it perfectly pairs with that delicious feast. We're talking crispy sweet potato fritters. These are known as Tortitas Crujientes de Boniato. And let me tell you, these fritters have a light crispy texture on the outside with a delicious flavor in the inside. The recipe is above and beyond easy to make, and the best part is all done in just 30 minutes. Folks, serve these sweet potato fritters as a tapas appetizer or even as a side dish. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm gonna grab one large sweet potato. This is half a pound or about 225 grams. I already washed and pat it dry, and using a box grater, we'll finely shred it. And as you can see, I'm leaving the skin on the sweet potato as it adds more nutrients and flavors. If you prefer, you can peel the sweet potato. Now add the shredded sweet potatoes into a cheesecloth with a bowl underneath. And we'll squeeze all the water out. You can also use a flour sack towel here, or even add the shredded sweet potatoes into a colander and using the back of a wooden spoon, push out the water. Either way, this is such an important step as it's going to ensure that you end up with crispy fritters. For the next step, I'm going to add in half a cup of all-purpose flour into a large bowl, which is 60 grams. And half a teaspoon of baking powder, which is 2 grams. And we'll mix the dry ingredients together. Then we'll make a well in the middle. Crack in 1 large egg and whisk the egg. And then we'll add in 1/3 cup of beer, which is 90 milliliters, and whisk it all together until we end up with a smooth batter. I'm using a typical Spanish beer here, but you can use whatever beer you like. And if beer's not your thing, you can also use club soda here or even sparkling water. Once we end up with a smooth batter, we'll add in the shredded sweet potatoes, along with a 1/4 cup of finely chopped onion, which is 35 grams, 1 clove of garlic that's been finely grated, 2 tablespoons of grated cheese, which is 15 grams. I'm using a Spanish manchego, but you can use whatever cheese you like. 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, which is about 5 grams. Half a teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is a little over 1 gram. And a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, which is about 1/2 gram. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. And that's the exact texture you want from your batter. If you see that yours is too thick or thin, you just adjust the amount of liquid you add in there. But like I've told you in the past, these fritter batters are very forgiving, meaning if you don't have them right on the money, you're still going to end up with delicious fritters. For the final step, let's start cooking them up. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat, and add in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters. Make sure you use the good stuff here. This is what truly makes the difference. Link where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. After a couple minutes and the oil is nice and hot, we'll start adding in spoonfuls of the batter. You want to make sure all the fritters are in a single layer and evenly spaced out, so cook this in batches to not overcrowd the pan. And you also want to make sure as you're adding the fritters in there that you gently push down on them. And we're going to go between 3 to 4 minutes per side here until the fritters are golden and crispy. And as you finish each batch, transfer them into a dish with some paper towels. Once all the fritters have been fried up, let's make a simple mayo alioli that truly elevates this dish. I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic I roughly chopped into a mortar, along with a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is about 1/4 gram. Link where you get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. And a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until we end up with a paste-like texture. You can also use a food processor here, hand blender, or even a NutriBullet. Then we'll add in half a cup of mayonnaise, which is 120 grams. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, which is about 5 grams. 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters. And 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. Then we'll season with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a whisk until we end up with a beautiful creamy sauce. Then we'll transfer the mayo alioli into a serving dish and decorate the fritters around it. And check it out, folks, our crispy sweet potato fritters are done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in just 30 minutes. Let's give these a try and see how they turned out. Once again, folks, Tortitas Crujientes de Boniato. That's kind of a tongue twister. Tortitas Crujientes de Boniato. Either way, I cannot wait to try this. Here we go. I turned it around. You know that's not double dipping. As you know, wow, so good. I'm such a huge fan of fritters. These right here sit up there with the best of them. You have that light crispy texture on the outside. The inside, so many amazing flavors with those beautiful sweet potatoes really shining through. And that simple mayo alioli, taking this to the next level. Easy to make. Give these a try at home. Once again, as a tapas appetizer, as a side dish, for Thanksgiving or any time of the year. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Daniela Brandt, Patricia O'Brien, and Colin Holloman. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.